What's up, guys? It's Frank here with the semifinals for the Aureil Stormgate Invitational second edition. And here we've got MC, our blue Celestial player, and down here is Control, our red Infernal player. In a best of 7 for these semifinals, so it's going to be has the potential for the series to have quite a bit of legs. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Some of these longer series can. I like the fact that even the semifinals are best of 7, just because you have more room in the shopping cart for cheese. You can have a more finely aged cheese. All right, the scan goes down. Isn't going to see the Iron Vault though, so all he sees is a single conclave and nothing else. But that doesn't necessarily mean that MC knows for a fact that there's going to be an expansion coming out next. Anyway, we are going to see the two Gaunts and the Hexen coming after the health camp. What's going on back with the Celestial player? So we've got single array, second array. Nothing much, really. Sometimes we'll see the Infernal player leave their Hexen there to just kind of harass the Prism. And just keep doing damage to it. Maybe force out a Surge to heal it up. But I guess it had more pressing chores to accomplish back here at the health camp, just to get a little bit more of that resourcing done, and to start generating fiends, just being more active out on the map, which is a whole lot better than sitting around back at the Celestial quote-unquote main and not getting a whole lot done. All right, fiend is going to come out. It's going to start chipping away at one of the power banks here. So what are we going to do? Okay, so the Gaunts and the Hexen are going to come forward. Oh, and they catch the Morph Core right as it turns into a Creation Chamber. I actually think that's a great opportunity to start doing damage to it, to the Creation Chamber. But there's already one Creation Chamber out. That Gaunt is very heavily damaged. Does get taken out by a charged shot from that Argent. And yeah, our Infernal player doesn't want any more of that. Although, you know what? One Argent versus this much army, I think is it's very doable. Yeah, again, there's another Skull of Shadow that just popped on a corpse and then didn't do anything. I think that is a bug that will need to be worked out. Okay, so now it's 2 Argents is still very manageable by this Infernal force, especially with the upgrades coming up. Okay, here comes the 3rd Argent, though. Now it's time to leave. So at this point, Control knows that MC's got his production online. Brood eats the cabbage. Nicely done. Yeah, and these Argents are out of energy. It looked like that skull popped on something, but I want to say it was the Argents that just picked it out of the air. Because we don't see like the little eyeball of shared vision on anything. Arcship uses all of its energy to drop some heals on his Argent boys, while Control is gonna finish off that Shadow Demon and yeah, pick up that camp, which is actually super nice because now he's gonna see the Argents coming on over trying to take the camp from him and say, "No, get off my lawn. I'm gonna split a brute. You don't want to be fighting into these fiends because they're just gonna get overkilled, which is all charged shots that you want to save." I don't know that it's worth. Yeah, it's not worth saving these fiends as extra DPS. Like, let them be bullet sponges. I get that they're fragile and they are a little bit tougher offensively now, as of patch like 0.1.3. But yeah, let them die. Let them eat up energy from those Argent shots. Speaking of, okay, we do see Guardian Nexus is down. Legion Hall is coming online. We don't see any upgrades coming out of the Guardian Nexus just yet, unless they're already done. Yeah, he does have the photocapacitors upgrade done. Alright, and Infernal's just going to keep on creeping around. Alright, so Plague X's has started, but we don't see a second Conclave up, and I think the Celestial player is able to start cranking out units a lot faster than Control can right now. So I think getting a lot more production online right now would be very helpful for Control, just because you don't want to be drowning in Argents. It's a feels bad man moment. By the way, excuse me, guys, if you hear me sniffling a little bit, I'm still getting over the flu. It was the holidays were. It was a good thing it was the holidays. I'll put it like that. I was definitely bedridden and not really moving all that much. Like I could pick up my head to like get a drink of water or something, and that was about it. But yeah, mostly back on my feet now. A little bit of a stuffed nose, but nothing that a little bit of Stormgate can't fix. See, a lot more power banks going down. Okay, and there's a Seraphim. Now, what is the Seraphim going to do? I know they take less damage from creep camps, but is this just a... Yeah, I think MC's just got so much power right now, he wants to start using Evolution Catalyst on stuff. Yeah, there we go. Straight up just using Evolution Catalyst to start farming all those creep buffs is going to be really good. Because that's, you know, not only is that, is he making use of the energy that he's got very much a surplus of, but it's, you know, he doesn't have to trade out HP. He doesn't have to trade out army HP to go take those creep camps, which the Infernal player does. There's no way around it. There's no magical, like, hey, lift these creeps into the sky, and then that's it. Oh! Expert dodge on the Nightfall Infestation. The Gaunts are getting plague, they're procking plague down on these Argents, but wasn't able to get any fiends out of the trade. I do like that very tiny choke that that Control has into his natural here. MC wants to hang back a little bit, get a couple of heals up from his Arc Fortress now, which is almost definitely going to come down and start throwing down some Goku beams all over the shrine. And let's see, do we have a third yet? We'd have a third coming online. Okay. Oh no, and Control's going for the health camp. He doesn't realize that the MC hasn't really left his doorstep here. Although he should, like the meat farm could definitely see all those Argents. No, not the Fell Hogs! Okay, yeah, and there's the Fate's End coming down on the shrine. A couple of Shadow Flyers pop out immediately from the Twilight Spire, but they do a little bit of damage, but it's not going to be enough. We do see a couple of Purifies going down just to make sure that these Argents aren't getting infested by the Plague Axes. But yeah, I think the numbers game, they're just out and out winning. This is what, 4 Gaunts now on the map and a bunch of Fiends, which I have a feeling aren't going to be able to do a whole lot. Nightfall Infestation does fall down on quite a few of those Argents back there, but now there's just not enough DPS to take him down. And now he's got to... See, I told you guys, I'm still getting over it. But yeah, there was just not enough DPS to capitalize on the infest from that Nightfall Infestation. You've got to be able to kill the units once they're infested, and at the moment, looks like that's the limiting factor for Control. MC bringing his Arc Fortress on over, going to try and probably do a Fate's End on that third shrine. Yep, there it goes. The Gaunts are going to try and contest, but there's just way too many Argents. And there's the GG from Control. MC's going to go up 1-0. Game 2 here. We've got Control starting off with the Conclave first, and no expansion just yet, but we do see his Hexen did already teleport home, and he's got a couple of Gaunts that... again, I am kind of interested by this. Sometimes we see the Gaunts go on like the flanking positions for the Slimes just to I don't know, I guess they absorb a little bit more damage so that the Hexen doesn't have to get that low. Not that it matters, because on a health camp, like, he's immediately going to start regenerating it. Okay, I love this. I don't see this enough. I like it when players throw down their command structure or whatever perfectly. One, the things that like really soothe my gamer senses is when they go perfectly perpendicular to the Luminite Mine, and then 2, putting it inside of this health camp I think is really smart, just because if there's any kind of worker harass that's going to happen, they get a little bit of that regen every time that they return cargo back to the command structure. So it's kind of cool seeing that. All right, and now, yeah, he's just going to go after the Vision Camp with that. We're going to have to watch this. Sovereign's Watch is going to be able to take down 4 out of the 5 Slimes. I know that there's cheeky little things that you can do if you're clever with it. You can get your Hexen to absorb, like, I want to say it's 3 shots from Sovereign's Watch, and then there's 2 slimes left alive instead of just 1. But yeah, with that Argent that came out so fast already, I don't know that it would be worth it. Guardian Nexus is already out, but we're not going to see an upgrade coming out of it immediately just yet. The couple of prisms mining Therium is going to be nice. I think we are going to be seeing some higher tech units. It's not just going to be straight Argent Ball. We did see the Jesus House, or at least the Arc Fortress coming on forward. I don't know that it was a Jesus House build, but there we go. We're seeing rollouts starting to get researched here, and yeah, so we're probably going to be seeing some Kree on the map here shortly, but. Oh, wow. Okay. I thought that red blob was going to be. I don't know why I thought that was another base, but yeah, here comes the 3rd already coming down for control. And do we have anything? Okay, yeah, we have the ritual chambers already halfway done, so we can expect to see a lot of plague coming on down. What we don't see though is much of a Shroud Highway. I would expect that, especially as like such a great defensive tool, just to keep regenerating that white health and to keep your. Yeah, I love this too. Being able to benefit from the low ground health regen from the camp, even though the camp radius indicator doesn't extend to the low ground, you still get the benefit from being on the low ground. Okay, this shrine's almost done. Plague X's start up immediately, which is great to see, and we're seeing some interesting place. Like, what is this? What is this creation chamber doing out in the middle of nowhere? Regardless, we see 1, 2. There's a 3rd array finally going down. And yeah, we're going to see a Kree Argent run by here. But, okay. No. Control. That's where you want to take that fight. You want to take it on Shroud. Okay, so the Fell Hogs start taking some of that damage. Alright, the Kree rollout attacks start landing on these, on all the gaunts in the middle of the gaunts, but a Superstone goes down, easily makes quick work of those Kree, and because they're not rolling out anymore, they're, yeah, they don't have the armor bonus, and it looks like these Argents probably could get surrounded. Oh no, get out of there! Get him out of there! Okay. 1 Argent escapes, maybe, uh-oh. No, he's kind of done for. Might as well fight, dude. Might as well go down swinging. No, rinse and Pepsi. And now that he sees the Kree reinforcements show up, he's going to back off. And, yeah, he's just going to chalk it up to a victory. Like, hang back, maybe regenerate a little bit of white health, a little bit of actual health. Alright, so now he's heading on back to, his natural. But what do we see here for MC? A couple more creation chambers. Wow, that's a lot of creation chambers, actually. So what is he going to do with it, though? We're not seeing a whole lot of army coming out from MC just yet, and he's kind of falling behind in the supply count. But MC's also kind of struggling to get his... so he's got... Alright, there's a 4th array. There's a 5th array. Looks like it just finished up. Okay, so the eco's finally online for MC, but I think it's a little bit... It might be a little bit too late. We've already got a 3-base Infernal, like, fully saturated. Well, not fully saturated, but mostly saturated anyway. A couple more Conclaves going down. So, yeah, the production and the eco for our Infernal players is just about, like, to scary levels. Yeah, again, you're... No! Why would you... No! Get those imps back in the, Oh, no, but the health camp reset. They're not regenerating anything because the health camp reset. No, that's too bad. There you go. Get the Brute all the way up to the front there. Perfect. Gonna harvest a couple more Fiends out of this health camp. Alright. So we're going to see a couple of imps scouting on by. This is actually a super nice catch, seeing the Legion Hall here. Last time we didn't see the Legion Hall used for a whole lot from MC, except for making a Seraphim to just kind of fly around and do Evolution Catalyst on the camps. Which, by the way, like, Oh no, what is this? What is this attack here? Alright, a lot of these Argents getting burst down. I think the fact that they're light, taking bonus damage from the Gaunts here against ground. Yeah, they're taking +4 damage because they're light. Oh no, don't walk on top of these landmines. Does manage to dodge most of them. Oh, is this fortress going to get spotted? Or the station, Arc Station, going to get spotted? I think not. Alright, Control taking out these level 2, this level 2 vision camp, which is, I think, the last time that you can, like, take a camp mostly for free. Once you get up to level 3 camps, they start, like, costing actual, like, army supply to take out. Okay, so he does see the final transformation into the Arc Fortress there. Which means, like, hey, is he going to start pumping out Shadow Flyers now? I certainly would. Dealing with Fate's End is just such a pain. Yeah, it's not really worth it. I think these Trailer Park Girls are going to go around the outside, around the outside, around the outside. I don't know that it's going to be that much of a catch, though. They weren't fast enough to make that much of a... Oh, okay. All right, throws down a Purification right on top of the Nightfall Infestation. But I think there's just enough Gaunts here that they're gonna have the DPS advantage. Like, these Argents are nice and all, but they're not actually waiting right outside of this Light Forestation. Super good, just because these trees do body block quite a bit. Not finishing off the Legion Hall is interesting. Oh, get the Morph Core! Ah, can he get it? Skull Shatter would have been nice, but I think... Okay, he just got enough energy for it. But yeah, okay, so he knows the Arc Fortress is out on the map. He's got to start preparing for it, I think. A shrine and a collection array right next to each other. That's the state of Game 2 of the semifinals. All right, now all these Gaunts want to chase down want to start chasing down these Argents again. Keeping the... Whoa, here's the Global Shroud. And what are we seeing here? All right, we're going to see the Kree. What is this, like, multi-front... See, we've got a little fight going on here. Chase happening. We've got a Kree skirmish. We've got this Argent getting ganged up on. Like... All right, but I think, yeah, finally we're going to see the armies consolidate a little bit. This Hexen has been staying alive for so long. Oh, man. All right, so we do see an effigy go down. Was it... All right, no, the effigy already gets popped. Must have been a weak one. Yeah, these Argents, like, leading control on a Merry Goose Chase. And I think that's kind of it. The fronts have kind of stabilized. We don't see the hyperdrive or whatever. Yeah, Celestial hyperdrive upgrade for the Jesus House just yet. Finally, these Argents all get picked off. I think it would have been worth it to throw down an effigy just to make sure that they were all infested. And we do see one Hellborn. I want to say we saw another one earlier too, but the Kree might have jumped on that one. Alright, Sovereign's Watch does get thrown down from the high ground, which is going to be a little bit problematic, just because not being able to hit back at it is pretty rough. This Hellborn, though, is going to be doing bonus damage against structures up there, which will be nice. But, yeah, Sovereign's Watch is pretty good. Control is floating so many resources. I wonder if he's just saving up for a dragon right now. He could afford to spend a little bit of the his Luminite. I mean, even if it's just on brutes, like, so be it. Have him at the front line, have him just, like, eating shots or something. But, nope, there's going to be the GG from MC. And now they're tied up. Alright, guys, we're in Game 3 now. This Hexen's going to scout around and not see anything. Not going to see any Ethereum being mined. And I don't think he saw the Arc ship over here either, so... That seems a little early to be sending your Hexen home, but I think he wants to kind of maybe check and see if there's Oh no, he doesn't want to check anything. He just wants to make sure that his everything's in place for this camp to happen. And then we see it. Okay, yeah. So these Gaunts are here to soak up some of the DPS from the slimes. Again, this one though kind of aggroes 2 of the shots instead of just 1. The amount of like little itty bitty micro gains that people are figuring out from these camps is really impressive. I like that, like, health camp infernal, like, meta. There like now there's a health camp infernal meta, which is kind of cool to see that people are figuring more and more stuff out about the game. Yeah, so what do we see back here? Not a whole lot. First creation chamber going down. I do like, so I've seen people throw down strike nodes like right here. Oh, kind of just to keep this array safe in case there's an invader that comes by and takes the health camp and starts to like siege up from right here, I guess, because they're almost like, you never want to attack an enemy who's like sitting on their own health camp. It's just a bad idea. But so yeah, but then seeing people that'll put a strike node right there where it's like, okay, you have to be taking quite a bit of damage to actually go after it. So just little strategies that are coming out here. Oh no, is this array gonna get taken out this soon? No, the liftoff was so late. Okay, 4 gaunts, a brute, and a hexen walk into a celestial array. And I forget the punchline. They are going to start taking MC speed camp basically for free. Oh, and the wall off. I do like the wall off here with the Starforge. Is it going to throw some Argents in there, though, to plug up this hole? Because I'm pretty sure a Fiend can still get through there. All right, now they're going to start doing this little dance, even though they can't see each other. All right, we are going to see vectors coming out of that. Vectors and a quick ascension matrix means he's going to want to get that recall upgrade. And there's the first Dorito Jeep out on the map. Meanwhile, back at home for control, we do see the ritual chamber finally going down, but how far along is this shrine? Okay, the shrine's almost done. Which is actually fine, because taking out that one array was pretty big. So I think getting on this, once he starts getting workers on this natural, he's going to be sitting pretty economically. Control wants to hang back, though. And actually, you know what? I don't blame him for that. His gaunts are a little bit too vulnerable right now, I think. To the vectors. Maybe once Plague Axes are out, he'll want to go after him. Just because I think MC won't want to jump on so many gaunts that like his vectors are just getting one shot and turning into fiends. Ooh, going after the passive Luminite's a pretty bold proposition. I think he is going to lose at least one. Okay, good manual split on that brute. Another manual split on the brute. Nice, nice. Got to focus down the what's doing the most DPS there. Okay, and throwing down the meat farm just to make sure that there's not like a single unit that runs by and takes this camp, which is always super annoying. But it's well worth it. I mean, if your opponent's gonna leave a camp unguarded and you can just get that benefit for free, like why wouldn't you? And I think that was almost a little bit in the design philosophy behind these creep camps, is that like, hey, you're supposed to fight over these. It's not supposed to be, you get it and forget it. But these fiends aren't going to be enough to chase off a couple of Argents in these five vectors. But once the rest of the Infernal army shows up, it'll be a lot more interesting. Yeah. Okay. So he does jump down. These 2 Argents are going to be so annoying. Hey, there we go. Now they got caught out. Alright, it's just 2 Argents going down. Not a big deal. We don't see... Okay, these vectors are going to come in for a run by on the natural here, but they do find a single gaunt and a brute. Superstone goes down and says, "Get off my front lawn, darn kids." And they're just going to chill on this health camp. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. If you could get like an Argent ball wedged in there and like capture the health camp, they're not going to go anywhere, ever. So yeah, it's well worth it to if you're the aggressor, if you're attacking someone's natural, to grab that health camp that's just outside. The Vectors, though, being super fast, they are going to manage to get a single imp. How many imps can they get? And Superstone was just used up, so they can't... it's not like Control can drop down another Superstone to just shoo away these Vectors. And getting a decent bit of damage done on these 1Z-2Z army units. Wants to harass the Therium line as well, but now the Vectors know that they're kind of... Oh, no, they do dodge! They managed to dodge all those Gaunts as well and get out scot-free. Oof! The absolute filth. Alright, now they're going to come back and get the passive Luminite. And it's still got half of the time left on it, so it's a good investment. Arc Station's getting recharged here. And how many? We're at 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so we're back up to 4 arrays. Another Starforge goes down. And the third isn't quite saturated yet for Control, but let's see here. Okay, Reaper's Rush is just finishing up. It's going to make, I think it's going to be a little bit more challenging for the Vectors to deal with. It just, before they could just, like, simply walk away, but not being able to get away as quickly, or not being able to maintain the distance, or get distance, rather, as quickly is going to be something that they're going to have to watch out for. As well as the fact that, like, now the Gaunts can just walk across the map faster is going to be a little bit more of a, hey, maybe we shouldn't be so far forward. But speaking of Vectors, a whole bunch of them teleport over here into the I don't know, unscouted lands, I guess you'd call it. Oh, and just on the fly they catch that poor little imp. Managed to dodge Nightfall Infestation. These these Tokyo Drift Vectors are just... there's like no answer for them. Like, what do you do? It's not like you can build air units. Oh, and they teleport to the low ground, which means that they're not going to be able to stick around to defend the Arc Station. But I guess these sabers were enough to scare off the Infernal Army, even though like the Infernal Army is mostly all light units, so it's not like these sabers are going to be doing bonus damage to them or anything. But they do have a little bit of an AoE, but I think it's still not so scary that they can't fight into them. Like I would say go after them. Do see a Weaver and a couple of Hellborn out on the map, which would be nice, but the composition here from MC is not something that you're just going to kind of like stand and fight. These Vectors are not strong. They're not like beefy. I would think you would want to like they are definitely like the hit and run units. And there's not enough Argents here that they want to like sit there and stand and fight, so okay. We do see one lash here on the Saber. Purify going down on the Sabers, but for what, I couldn't tell you. It's not like they have energy that needs to regen. Arc Station's taking a ton of damage as well. The Weaver finally goes down without getting a second lash. Is it going to survive? Yeah, now the Vectors are forced to stand and fight if they want to start fending off all these Gaunts, and the Gaunt numbers have really gone down. Alright, now I think it's all the Sabers are going to get picked off in this. Yeah, the Arc Station too. It's just so low on health. No, who cares about the Saber? Get the Arc Station. There's the GG. Alright. Control going up 2-1 in this best of 7. Alright guys, here's a map we don't see every day. We've got Jagged Maw in the Aureil Stormgate Invitational 2nd edition. And we never really get to cast this this map these days. So it is nice to see that that it's in this tournament rotation anyway. And already with like the interesting Sim City here, we've got a meat farm on the ramp to the main for Control, and I want to say that the only restriction on this map that's, you know, kind of a handshake agreement is thou shalt not Morph Core Rush across the gap. No Morph Core rushing across the gap, and that's it. Other than that, it's just like fight however you want. So we already see the very fast 3 array going down here for MC. Control's already got his natural on the way, and the health camp's already been taken. So pretty stock standard. Nothing Nothing crazy like a proxied meat farm or something like ultra cheesy like that. Alright. Yeah, the speed camp's gonna go down easy peasy. We do see a creation chamber, and he's already got his first couple Argents coming out. Which is interesting to see. I would imagine you would want to prime this structure. Oh no, but he wants to go after the health camp first. Got it. Okay. Because there is a path, like it's very zigzaggy if you, like, let's say you start here, this is your main. You can go up that ramp, go up this ramp, go down that ramp, over here, and like you just like zigzag your way all the way to your opponent's base, or you take the long way around, like what Control did, and you can just pick up, like, there's a couple of siege camps here, there's that passive Ethereum camp. Actually, I'm surprised he didn't go for that passive Ethereum camp. It's just super valuable. Like, yeah, Infernal players are just so Ethereum hungry. And we already see a third going down here for Control. Yeah, he wants his eco up and running yesterday. Oh no, get that last slide! No, it doesn't get the last hit on it. Yeah, and again, so many of these charged Argent shots going off in the fiends, and like they're functionally just useless. Oh, I think that was Control that got that one. But now the Argent number is pretty big and scary. But again, like, yeah, I think he could stay. I think Control could stay right here on the health camp and say, if you want this, kick me off. Take the fight and kick me off. But he decides not to, and he's going to come over here for the Vision camp. I guess the resourcing is more important than the actual control of that health camp. Which kind of makes sense. Like, by doing this, it allows you to, like, generate more production, generate more workers, whatever you want. Whereas, like, staying on a health camp is just, it's basically just a roadblock. So I don't know that it's that important. Yeah, there's the global buff that you get from it, but half of an HP per second. Eventually, it's good, but for that one moment, it's probably just better to use your opportunity to get the camp. Meanwhile, back over here at MC's base. Okay, we do see the Guardian Nexus. Did photocapacitors get researched yet? They did. Well, we don't see any Kree upgrades yet. We don't see any Kree on the way out. It's just pure Argent Ball. There's a Seraphim, and I wonder, yeah, Seraphim, from what I've gathered, MC just uses them as scouts to use for Evolution Catalyst. Which, by the way, like, I think there needs to be some kind of a variable energy cost for Evolution Catalyst. Like, using the exact same amount of energy to take out a level 3 creep camp for, that gives you the V5 pencil sharpener. It should be a different cost than, like, getting a level 1 speed camp or something like that. Like, it needs to be a little bit more expensive, and not to mention, like, how useful is that camp? Like, the Ethereum camp, the resource camps are so good. Getting like global passive speed buff, I do kind of miss the lightning legs too. I mean, the speed lines still convey kind of what's going on, but the lightning legs just look cool. Wait, is his? No, his effigy's not. I thought his effigy was regenerating there for a second. All right, and now, kind of like what I said earlier, we see the Argents kind of zigzag their way over here, just to the south of all three of Control's bases. But now he's got an Arc Fortress up here, so are we going to see the Goku beams coming down on some shrines? I think we will. But the first thing that that he sees is a whole bunch of gaunts that he doesn't want to move into, so he decides to use Fate's End on a meat farm, interestingly enough. Oh no, the health camp resets right when he needs it to fight this invading army. Throws down an effigy to just kind of say, hey, you're really close to all my stuff that's like gonna keep all of your boys really infested. And getting that health camp back is gonna be a big deal. The sooner you can get it, the better. Yeah, now the slimes are a lot tankier. There we go. Gets the health camp back. All of his units are still on Shroud, so he's going to be regenerating that white health as well. Which, by the way, Frost Giant, I appreciate all these map changes. I love that you're doing a balance. You give us like the holiday hotfix for balance, but please, for the oh my God, that meteor smash takes out so many gaunts, and he pounces again. That's just like almost like half of all of his gaunts just gone in 2 pounces. What did Archangel out of nowhere? What am I looking at? Fate's End also making sure to take care of a lot of that production. Now the Argents can move forward, and that's it. Whoa! I had no idea that Archangel was coming out of nowhere. That was some WWF stuff. So, all right, they're tied up at 4. Woo! Wow. That was sick. All right, guys. Game 5 between Control and MC. Let's see what we can see. So he does scout out the Arc Fortress, getting heavily microed here. Oh, look at this gamer. Look at this APM. Oh my God, you can tell that he wins tournaments just from that. Okay, finally a Morph Core does get birthed. It crowns right on top of the Luminite Rock there. Builds an array. Nothing new under the sun. There we go. Alright, now make sure they're... Again, okay, so this Gaunt wasn't far enough over, because now it's taking damage from, now it's taking damage from 2 of the slimes instead of just the 1. So maybe losing a little bit more health than it needed to. I think the idea behind making sure that the damage is more equally distributed is that, like if one unit heals up first, the health camp is kind of wasted on that unit. That's you know, it can't regenerate past 100%. But if the more evenly distributed all that damage is, the more useful that health camp is. So you can regenerate and then move on to the next camp. Speaking of, all these fiends are going to come by and they're going to spot these lonely little power banks. Yeah, and there goes a Sovereign's Watch, taking out 2 of them already. He might be able to nibble down this power bank as well. Now that we mention it. Yeah, now MC's in a bit of a predicament. Like, does he spend his next Sovereign's Watch here? Yeah, he does. You gotta kick off that much more dangerous Infernal Army from the production plus the mining, but... Okay, so that was another power bank that that just went down, just to make sure that he's got enough power for more of the Sovereign's Watches. Oh, and that fiend did get cleaned up. Alright, and now that, oh, I thought that was his health bar for a second. Okay, so everything's going to settle back down now that the Argents are out of the map. Alright, let's see what we got going on back at home. Ritual Chamber's almost halfway done. Another meat farm. 1 vault, 1 conclave. And the shrine's like 3/4 done. Oh, are you sure about that? There we go. Yep, fight on the health camp. Fight on top of the health camp. Force your opponent to like just waste energy on fighting. Again, excuse me, guys. I'm still getting rid of a bunch of, like, I don't know, stuff in my lungs. If you haven't gotten your flu vaccine this season, go get it. You do not want the flu, man. It is pain 100. All right, all these gaunts getting chased off by Argents that don't have energy, and I believe that no, they don't have plague axes yet, so it's just a straight up fight. But being able to regenerate white health during a fight is still pretty good. And a lot of these Argents are very damaged. Does manage to get 1 Argent that was infested, and now he didn't have his toes on top of the health camp here, and now Control's getting kicked off. He's gonna want to go back home. Oh, he was casting teleport, but his gaunts pushed him away. That was kind of interesting. I wonder if you could do that if you don't want to lose your Hexen, you cast the that the Tatooine Sand People dance, and oh, nice aggro on the oozes there, and then you just keep pushing your Hexen along with the rest of your army ball. Speaking of army ball, this Argent ball is getting pretty big. Legion Hall already goes down. We don't see a Guardian Nexus just yet, so we're not going to see photocapacitors out for MC. But taking that energy camp is going to be really good for him. Just being able to get back up to full energy to keep shooting those charged shots, going to be super nice. Again, did you see that entire Argent ball using charged shots on a Fiend? Like, ugh. What an annoying thing to waste energy on. It's like, oh yeah, all 14 of our guys wasted energy, like 10 energy each, on a Fiend, on a single Fiend that didn't die. I love it. But I'm a disgusting Infernal player, so maybe I'm a little biased. All right, we see, enough saturation on this on the shrine, and now it's the Argents are fighting these Gaunts that do have Plague up, but I don't know that. Yeah, there's just not enough DPS here from Control. He's got to hang back a little bit and wait for reinforcements. I think now we're going to see the the perils of only having one Conclave out at the 6.5 minute mark, is you just don't have enough charges to get those reinforcements up. And we'll know once the light show stops. There we go. Like the Iron Vault doesn't have the red lights, so it's got to charge up and ready. Once the blood stops pouring into the pool, though, that's when we know there's going to be another charge ready on the conclaves. But it's not yet. Oh, I'm so dumb. I didn't even see this this second conclave right here. There we go. Yeah, it's not pouring blood in. It's got a charge ready to go. He's got the resources for it. There we go. Spends it immediately. Another Nightfall Infestation goes down, but it doesn't do anything because Purify went down. And again, now we're seeing. I think this is just going to be too much from MC. Like, he's got. How's this not primed? How's this not the prime structure? I would imagine you would want all of your Argents coming out right here. Anyway. Another Creation Chamber goes down. These power banks are doing their best to keep these Argents completely topped up, but actually that Hellborn's gonna make a huge difference. And Control rotates up northwards. I thought it was gonna be to defend this shrine, but I guess he wants that passive. He wants that health camp real bad, which I guess is fine. But again, half of an HP regen per second is not ideal. Okay, sitting on top of the health regen though, just to heal up, is going to be nice. And none too soon. Now the Argents show up. He's going to have to keep his Hellborn all the way back though. Doesn't want to get that caught. Both Hellborn getting good shots. Nightfall goes down, but so does a Purify go down right on top of that. And these Hellborn doing bonus against structures. I don't know why they're not targeting down. There we go. Target down the strike node. Target down the power banks. There we go. Again, I don't think there's enough Gaunts, and the Gaunts that are out are going to get so they're just going to get collapsed on by this giant concave of Argents. Yeah, and the production is just way too much for MC, and now even Control's Hellborn is just starting to get chased down and gunned down. And I don't think there's anything left in terms of army. There's what, 4? Okay, no, there's a lot of Gaunts that just came back out. Never mind. And here comes the Archangel. It's going to smash. Bop! He's going to use his bonk stick. Is he going to get on top of the Gaunts? No, he's not. I think the fact that that Control's army was so spread out that there wasn't a good target of opportunity for the meteor smash from the Archangel was kind of a saving grace. He could have gone for another one. He's going to stay hovering over these power banks just to slowly get topped back up again. Now the Gaunts are all kind of bunched up. Yeah, you definitely want to be spreading them out. Bop does manage to smash the Hellborn. And while all those gaunts were trying to dodge away from the Archangel, the Argents come forward and they do start to do a ton of damage to that to the Conclave. And okay, here comes the Fate's End. All right, a couple of gaunts just get deleted from the map. The Shrine's gonna go down here shortly, and yeah, I think we're seeing the beginning of the end here. Yep, there it is. GG from Control. MC's gonna go up 3-2. All right, guys, here we are in Game 6 of the semifinals between MC and Control. Right off the bat, we're going to see MC taking the double Luminite array area over here. And meanwhile, behind all that, Control already has his first Conclave up and running, and he's already taken care of the speed camp here. So, big map. We can expect to see... Well, it'll be interesting. We see a couple of different strategies on this map for Infernal players. Like it really depends on whether or not he wants to take the natural laterally or vertically. For a long time I was wondering, like, why would an Infernal player go after this double Luminite camp? But then it was explained to me, I think it was Aureil that told me, it's like, yeah, you take this camp and then you use this as kind of your base of operations, where like you throw down all your tech, all your production, you've got so much room to build here. And then you kind of like open up your own path to the double Therium, so that way you can reinforce your double Therium a lot quicker, and you don't have to worry about like expanding laterally first. And yeah, you get access to the Therium a little bit earlier on with this expansion, but like trying to defend the double Therium from, you know, maybe production structures that you have over here at this natural is a lot tougher. So that's why sometimes you'll see Infernal players take the double Luminite first instead of the Luminite Therium combo, but not this time, I guess. And we're going to see the Gaunt Hexen Ball going after the Vision Camp. On MC side of the map, it's all power banks and Argents. There we go. And immediately throws down the Argent upgrade for the Argent energy upgrade. So he's going to be going Argent Ball, or at least that's what the upgrade indicates. Yeah, and already Control's starting to knock down the trees over into his natural here. I think he just doesn't want to get surprised, which is pretty smart. It's better to have vision over here of what's going on right outside of your natural, as opposed to just kind of like waiting to get surprised by something that you haven't seen coming just yet. What is over here? Is that I think that's unpathable. Alright. Yep, looks like it's just all Gaunt Ball. Oops, all Gaunts. Yep, there's the Ritual Chamber, so Plague X is going to be a priority. And we already see so many Argents making their way across the map. Well, grabbing the health camp first, and then they're going to make their way across the map. A bunch of these fiends going to run around and see what they can see, because they're basically free units. Yeah, Plague X has already started up. And the Arc Station is already up and running. And I think, yeah, he's already got it moving directly to this X marks the spot terrain feature, I guess you'd call it. Oh, and we already see the fiends being super annoying over here at the Therium Purifier. Only a single fiend lives, forcing a usage of the Sovereign's Watch is nice. Now the goons are going to show up and say, hey, you don't belong here. And they take his fake ID and say, you can't buy beer at this establishment, fiend. Please leave. Okay, yeah, and things are just going to remain chill. No one wants to really step onto the other person's side of the map just because of the travel time that it takes to get there. It's like, okay, you're going to get there. Your opponent's going to have like much faster reinforcements than you are, so the longer the fight goes on, the worse it is for the aggressor, and the better it is for the defender. So they're just gonna Hang back. No Reaper's Rush just yet. But we do see the beginnings of the Shroud Highway starting to happen here. Man, I really wish we could see the cooldowns for these top bar abilities. That'd be super nice. Again, straight chilling. This is the Stormgate SimCity Simulator 2024. A couple of Seraphim are out at the energy camp. I don't know what they expected to get. There's the lone chicken in his little chicken shack. Living a happy life. Does he have a name? No, he doesn't have a name. He does have armor, though. Yeah, and a move speed of 3. Good to know. Peak Gaming. You have to know the stats of everything, guys. Okay, here we see the Arc Fortress. Going to throw down a Fate's End on top of that shrine. So many of these Argents are going to protect themselves from the fire of the Gaunts here on the other side of the trees. And it looks like, yeah, the Superstone's not going to be able to do nearly enough damage to this that Arc Fortress. And I think that's why... I think that's kind of why you have to mow down these trees, either like right after or right before you take this double Luminite camp. And now we're seeing a bunch of power banks getting thrown down as well, just to make sure that there's some longevity for the fight here, for these Argents, which are so reliant on energy to keep doing a lot of damage. Another Archangel comes down. Pulverizes another swath of Gaunts, and I think he's figured out the winning formula here. If you go Argent Ball, have a supporting Archangel that can come by, and when those Gaunts inevitably clump up, you can just pounce on them and delete like 10 Gaunts at once. Bam! Swing and a miss on that one, but doesn't really matter. They're tanky enough. Yeah, another couple Gaunts deleted. Takes to the skies again. He's gonna go back. He could get healed up, but anyway, we're going to see a bunch of purifications go down here just to make sure the Argents aren't getting infested anymore. And that's almost it. I think he's almost out of Gaunts. Oh, the Archangel finally goes down. But another one shows up to take his place and just continues to delete these Gaunts. GG from Control. MC is going to take this best of 7, 4-2. Good game, guys.